Hey everyone. So Liana saw the video and her reaction was, of course, as balanced and mature as you would expect. Okay. Um, there is one claim here that I want to take, which is really the only one I have to address. This here, where she talks about the evidence that the chat was clearly manipulated because it's missing the green background from Telegram. Oh my God. Okay. But don't worry, I gotcha. I got OBS here, and let's go and take a look at. Oh, never mind. That's just me composing. There we go. There's my awesome background and the chats. Still, remember the GB chats? They're still around. You forgot to delete them. And see the color? But there you are. I'm not going to click on you because that would reveal your phone number, and I'm not going to do that. But here's a little button here called Chat Export. Want to see what happens when I do that? Well, okay. So I select what I want, and then I tell it to export to a location I want it to export. And once that is done, I'll just click on that little show my data. And there it is. What happens if I click on it? This mysterious messages HTML? Let's see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you see that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Someone stole the green. Someone stole the green. Oh my God. Corbin, man. Where's the green?
Green like what?
No. No. Because that's what a Telegram export looks like, Liana. The green is gone. Okay, so yeah, that's what a regular Telegram export looks like, Liana. Well, first of all, you've been on Telegram since 2019. You got on to talk to me because Twitter was being a bitch as far as the messages were going. You're telling me you've been on that goddamn app for 7 years and you still don't know that you can change the background? Oh my God, Liana, you're a Gen X. You're not supposed to be a boomer. You're giving me the impression that you've got like 20 VCRs stacked around your house flashing 12 o'clock. So Liana Kerzner just bold-faced lied in front of your faces, and she's hopeful that you don't know Telegram well enough that this lie will stick. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Trump phase now of the event because she's spinning. She's trying hard as possible because she knows those transcripts are real. So now she's trying to cast doubt on the transcripts themselves. And as if you look at the website, her next pivot is going to try to paint me as an abusive husband or as an abuser. Every single male that Liana has ever entered into conflict with, from the developer who kicked her out for not being a team player, and incidentally, she broke NDA by talking about that game in her Discord server, to just about everybody else. Yeah, they get the he's an abusive spouse accusation thrown at him. Liana Kerzner has an incredibly typical and repeating cycle. It's a pattern. It's pathological at this point. But now she's in the lying, boldly throw everything at the wall phase so that, she's going to try to discredit me and discredit the massive amounts of evidence that I have gathered over 17 months. As I said, this is Trump level of lying here.
This guy, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Of course, he goes on the internet. She hurt me. She mental health stigma. She this, she that. He blamed us for his panic attacks, and we were hurting him. And that's not. I made her. She did that. She just has a temper. Send people emails in the middle of the night, tantrum, and abuse their online forum, tantrum. Why isn't the tantrum working? I'm gonna throw another tantrum. I'm not throwing a tantrum. How dare you say I'm throwing a tantrum? I'm gonna have another tantrum until you give me what I want. That is what adults.
I think that at this point, I have proven that nothing this woman says can be trusted without verification. If she tells you the earth is round, try to get on the next Artemis expedition so you can verify it for yourself. Because at this point, yeah, it's absolutely insane. So I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, yeah, I could actually end the entire series right now with a coda saying, Liana Kerzner lies all the time. But there's still a lot of things that we need to look at. Like I said, there's a lot of people she has screwed over and that she has damaged and that she has harmed. And I'm going to talk about it with the evidence that I have on hand. I am not going to bother replying to any other accusations Liana starts making now because, again, I've just shown you this woman lies to your face and expects you to believe her. And what's more, and this is very typical of her audience, she expects you to not have any memory of anything she's said in the past, of anything she's done in the past. She expects you to believe that she is exactly who she is and expects you to forget it. Because right now I can guarantee it to you that she's telling her audience in her Discord server that, they're missing the green color. It's clearly edited. And the zombies in her audience are going to go, yes, master, green, with complete lack of critical thought. Because that's her audience. That's the Discord server. The Discord server she has created is essentially a mean girls cult, not unlike the one a certain therapist has been accused of creating by several of the people who escaped her enclave. So, buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride because the more I reveal with data and documentation, the wilder her accusations are going to get. Because, again, we're talking Trump levels here. And if you think I'm exaggerating, no. Look at her. Look at her behavior. Look at what she does. Look at the wild things she says. And I say this in the conclusion to my website, but I'm going to say it now here. What Liana is doing is very dangerous because she's essentially creating an environment where abusers can thrive. Because, for example, after having lived through what she's put me and my husband through, I don't believe her for 1 second about any single person she's ever accused of being an abuser. Because she slings stalker and abuser, cyberstalker and other terms so freely when it's just people who have a grief with her, and most of them have a reason. So, what happens when you cry wolf too much? All the people that she screwed over, all the people that get wise to her, they're going to start being skeptical that one person or another is actually an abuser. And that makes it so that there's an entire community of people ready to be re-traumatized because an actual abuser can masquerade among their midst as another victim. And you got to ask yourself, is that healthy? But more importantly, do you really want to trust your mental health to someone who lies like that to save face?
And so there have been some people, I haven't talked about it, but people have said some really shitty things about, you're completely, one of the things somebody said to me recently was that I'm completely unqualified to deal with people with autism. Now, I didn't buy that. That was just them throwing their weight around. And then I told them, that is crossing the line in acting like, using your credentials, and you're not supposed to do that with somebody that you're not treating.
Yeah, those are questions you need to ask yourself. And I hope that you use your critical thinking on this, because God knows that Liana's community has long abandoned that. And you'll see that.
And that was the last I heard from them, so good riddance.
All right. See you guys later.